What do the next 12 months look like for you?
So the next 12 months is definitely scaling, 13 properties in this year.
What's been like your favorite part of the community as a whole?
Everyone helping each other. You're working as a team to solve issues that you face on a day-to-day basis. You may not face that issue right now, but then another, community member may have faced that same issues. It's really helpful.
What would you say the biggest challenges were like you faced in your business, and then like how have you solved them? How do you introduce yourself? What do you do? What's your business? What's it called? Shout it out.
So my name is Hardeep. I run Elevate Living Estates. I run a short-let management company in London, across London and Northampton.
What do I need to know about like what's your journey been like? Like just since starting, why did you start property? When did you get involved? Who you worked with, you know what I mean? Like where are we at now? All the way. Hit me with the story.
Yeah, so my journey actually started from rent to rents, to be honest. I never had a plan to get into management, to be honest. I've actually had quite a few short let properties beforehand, but unfortunately I had to let them go. Quite a few challenges, mainly around head lease. Not necessarily the properties weren't really performing well. It was more down to head lease restrictions. Particularly, there's kind of in the head lease itself, there's nothing that mentions that you really can't do Airbnb.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the freeholder was not allowing it, so I had to really give quite a few properties back as well. But yeah, my journey really started from rent to rent. It started from actually in my area, but then later on it just expanded down to London, and then from Watford to London, and then London to Northampton, and then just continued to grow across London, to be honest.
Nice. And in terms of like the business growth, like when's like most of your growth happened so far, would you say?
I'd say this year was heavily focused on internal systems
Mhm.
back end, more than scaling, from a client point of view.
What are the main like what would you say the biggest challenges were like you faced in your business, and then like how have you solved them, and how I guess like, have we helped solve them so far this year? If it's mostly about systems, like hit me with
I
like
think I can only talk about systems at the moment because for me, growth this year was not really an area that was really growing the front end, really, because it just naturally happened. Like one referral led to another referral, and it just,
yeah.
even the 7 properties now I've got on board now, like just naturally happen. It just word of mouth when people referring. This year was quite more on the back end systems, putting like SOPs in place, making sure the team are delivering the services as well. We've got guest reservations team, and then we've also got operations alongside myself, which pretty much in the day-to-day running of management activities. And we're looking to get on board with our finance team member as well in the new year.
What do the next 12 months look like for you? Big year in systems, and then what the next 12 months look like?
Yeah, so the next 12 months is definitely scaling across pretty much London up till pretty much Northampton or across that M1. In the next 12 months, I do, like I said, we're already onboarding 2 more. We've focused heavily on like growing the business.
What's the end goal for like the business this year? And then also like what's the bigger picture goal for you as like a person? What's what you're doing this for, you know?
So business goal this year would be pretty much growing 13 properties in this year. So in total 20 units,
Mhm.
alongside making sure wherever, I need to tweak and make the systems more efficient, I can do so. For me, it's about efficiency and working well together as a team as well, because collaboration is equally as important. And in terms of personal development goals, just yeah, continue with the way I am really continue to self-grow myself. Also outside of business, hit the gym as well. So pretty much continue with the way I am.
What's the main driver behind all this for you in terms of the growth and like the business itself?
I think for me, it's because I do come from a family background of, my family are entrepreneurs themselves as well. So they're in property themselves. So for me, it was just something that I wanted to continue. Like just, have you have that kind of passion and drive that you want to excel. So it just came to me. That's
Yeah.
that's essentially more than anything. But also I always want to do better than, like rather than like stay in that one place, I want to always continue to grow myself. So that's naturally how my drive really comes from.
Yeah. And you've been part of the community for a long time. You've watched it grow, you've watched it develop, change names a few times. What's been like your favorite part of the community as a whole?
I say the community itself, everyone helping each other. Everyone's in the same position. Everyone's in, trying to grow the business as well. So like the community itself, like you can reach out to the community anytime, for any questions. And most importantly, the team as well. Like, you're working as a team to solve issues that you face on a day-to-day basis. You may not face that issue right now, but then another community member may have faced that same issue. So it's really helpful in that sense.
Love that. And like for anyone looking to ultimately, you've got a good, great success so far, and there's obviously much more to come. But for anyone looking to achieve kind of the level of success you've achieved so far, like what's like the biggest thing they should do when they're starting out?
I
What?
think you can get educated. Yeah, definitely getting this yourself educated. You definitely need someone behind you to keep yourself accountable as well. There'll be days where you just want to like not focus. Motivation levels essentially drop. But then having people around you that push you, pull you up as well. Those days, off days, shall I say. But also like being around the environment and being around um like a lot of people that are in the same boat as yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, education, like I said, is also equally important. The more you know, the more you can also help and explain to your landlords and potential operators in the industry.
Cool. And like in terms of someone, what would you say to someone who's thinking about working with like myself individually or the community or anything like that?
Definitely pursuing it. If it was, I'll be honest, I've been to quite a few training courses out there, and this is definitely by far, the best one. For me, it was more to do with like someone that's actually running a short management company and actually also to see, you've essentially got a company yourself, Dan. So like, we it's good to see someone's in the same position as yourself and you can ask as many questions. So yeah, definitely consider it out there.
Nice. And like, what I think you touched on it a little bit there, but what makes like this community different to other education courses you've been in?
Yes, so for that, it's definitely, this community is more than just a training course. It's more to do with like, you know, you can reach out to as many people for any sort of questions that you may have. Everybody wants to help each other out. The resources as well, the materials that you kind of provide us, like there might be things, how-to guides, that's already there, accessible. Content's very up to date, very, very much up to date with standard compared to like some of the training courses I have been, which are a bit more to date. And someone that's actually running a short-let management company in this day and age, you're up to date with the trends, the latest trends that's happening with Airbnb. So yeah,
Nice. Well, I appreciate that a lot. And in terms of so the figure we're looking for is what, 20 units by the end of next year.
that's correct. Yeah.
And like what have you got like a revenue target for that? I don't know what are most of them gonna be like London or are you gonna be like trying to do different areas? Kind of London's a bit
Yeah,
different.
so my area is really primarily London across that M1 that takes us all the way up to Northampton. So I'm actually based in Midlands myself. So for me, um, I'm a cross between Midlands and London, to be
Yeah.
fair. So anywhere across that kind of M1, I always follow that route. So
What kind of like monthly revenue do you hit per property in the area?
it's in London, easy 1,000. North like Midlands area.
Yeah.
It ranges between, depending on what service, if it's a co-hosting service or full management, it ranges anywhere between 350 all the way up to 600. So it just really
Yeah.
depends on the service itself.
And do you know what is your average management fee? Do you know across the seven that you got already?
Around 3,000, yeah.
Nice, yeah, good vibes, good vibes. Well, long may it continue. 20 properties, end of the year. Appreciate it. Have you got any final words? Say to anyone watching?
Anyone that's considering to join, definitely consider it. Like I've been through quite many training courses. So, this is the right community for you to be. So definitely reach out to Dan and Ollie. They'll provide as much insight and support wherever they can.
Amazing. Well, I appreciate that.